ايديك معزل هاي ليك الطاقه ليك. يلا فين الطريق يا شباب؟ ولد يلا ما شاء الله. حركة في يا رب. يلا ها إذا عم تطلع لسيارة إسعاف البابا هون لا تخافي. عمو نور طلع علينا هون. يا عمو نور حكي البابا حكي. ايوه ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. هيك البابا حكي يا بابا.
She's still alive.
حكي يا بابا. الحمد لله على السلامة يا عمو. الحمد لله على السلامة يا عمو.
So bad.
الله أكبر ما شاء الله.
Shalom, shalom, Yasharala. I want to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakadash, which in the Pele Ruby tongues, designated Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to you sister brothers living this truth. And shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show themselves approved. Shalom. Now, as you can just see from that clip, hey, them people in Turkey and Syria, hey, they in some great grief right now. You can see the rescue is going out for the people that's buried under the rubble. I'm hearing reports. They're saying 20, 50. I've seen a report that says 70,000 dead. And I still feel like that's underreported. We probably looking at about 100,000, 200,000 people that got judgment, Yasharala, in an earthquake event that Yahweh Shah said that he would bring. Whether it was, he just did it through natural means, or he used the wicked ones that he created, Esau, Edom, to do it. The reason I say that is because there were bright lights shined all over Turkey before the earthquake went off. And I noticed as I did my research, Yasharala, that has been a very ongoing thing. That happened in Mexico. It also happened in Japan. So, Esau has a HAARP device. So Esau can stimulate these things, but you got to look at it. There's still the Lord doing it because he put it on Esau. That's part of Esau's sword. Esau ain't got to go in there and fight you with his military. He just simulate an earthquake and boom, 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 and there it go, And like Turkey's not using their people. This is another thing that should blow your mind, y'all, to really think about. Anybody really talking about? Turkey's people are not going 100% on their rescue effort. Why? Because they're already set up for a war attack. They're already getting ready for war. So that there lets me know it's wartime. Because why do other countries have to come over and help you get your people out the rubble? Because they're already setting up for war tactics. They already got their people overseas. You got China mobilizing. You got World War III about to pop off. And if I know that Esau got a HAARP machine and he stimulates, earthquakes, you best believe these other countries know the same thing. They got scientists and think tanks. They know the same thing. They probably man, see, Babylon the Great did that, Probably what they thinking. That's why they getting ready for war. So with that, and then matter of fact, before I go into the scriptures, let's go get some of that. Let's go get some of that. Just to give you an overview of what I'm talking about.
Storm discharged lightning to the ground. This rapid
They trying to say it's lightning and all
Southwest Mexico and ricocheted across social media. Online, people posted about strange flashes in the sky at the time of the earthquake. The hashtag Apocalypsis gained traction. What exactly was going on?
I felt the earthquake very strongly here in Mexico City.
As a seismologist, it's a cool thing to experience.
During some part of the earthquake, it's difficult to walk.
I could feel how violent the movement was.
The quake's epicenter was near Acapulco on the west coast, but it rattled Mexico City about 200 miles away. At the time of the quake, many reported seeing these flashes.
Yes, I saw the lights, of course.
There's some disagreement as to the cause of this light, however.
During the earthquake, we were having a thunderstorm.
So maybe the flashes were lightning, at least in part.
I saw the flashes
Nope.
in the street produced by electric arcs because of the movement of the cables, the power lines.
Others posted videos online that showed transformers exploding, which could have been another source of the light. But there are other kinds of earthquake lights, not caused by lightning or transformers. They're white flashes that accompany or precede large tremors, especially in certain places, like this one in Japan. And scientists say they're real.
But they're not understood.
Here's what we think is going on. It's based
Nah, we don't want to hear what Esau thinks. Because they're probably stimulated by HARP. Because it's seen the same thing. And I guess I'm not on TikTok. Another brother had it. The one that showed in Turkey. They had the same series of lights went off. And Japan as well. Like, it's a thing. Let me show this one too, Yasharallah. See, that's not a transformer, nor is that lightning. That's neither of those things they're trying to come up with, man. That's something else right there. And whether it be the Lord doing that, or, you know, he got Esau and his heart machine doing that, the end result was the same. A very devastating 7.0 earthquake. And them people over there are distraught. They know the fear of the Lord right now. They're in great fear right now of the Lord. You know, you got people trapped under tons and tons of concrete right now. Do you think they're going to go somewhere and make a TikTok video talking about making a Shabuya roll call? See, that's the problem with these Babylonians, man. These proud women over here and all these dudes in these other camps, man. Everybody over here don't know the fear of the Lord. So they're in great pride because they got comfort. But the Lord about to take that comfort away. Just wait till the San Andreas fault, till that earthquake happened over here in Babylon the Great. It's going to be way bigger than that. You know, you probably going to be looking at a 10.0 or higher. Cali about to get rocked. You know, people going to know the fear of the Lord. Because right now, notice, like for instance, we had a scoffer at camp last week. Scoffing. You know, you think he going to be scoffing when it's going to be troops running around? He can find himself in a FEMA camp. So that's the problem with these people, man. These proud Babylonians, these Americans. They don't have any fear like that. They got too much comfort. That's why you look at Jake. Jake playing games on TikTok, dancing around, thinking everything is a game. And they're going to keep thinking that till the Lord bring that fear in, man. That calamity, that mass destruction that's about to go forth. See, us prophets in this truth, we already know what the Lord going to bring. We already in the fear of the Lord. We know what he going to do. We done had dreams, visions. We know the destruction the Lord is about to bring. And we get out there week in, week out and tell the people what's about to happen. And they look at it because, you know, they've been in comfort so long. Esau got everybody in this calm, laxy-daisy spirit that they like, I mean, you fear-mongering. You spreading doom. No, it ain't. We're going to continue to buy McDonald's, make TikToks, and just continue with our foolishness. And watch, Yahshua, like the Lord about to bring terror to this place, man. People gonna fear the Lord again. And that's why people they do what they do. They be wicked, man. Because they don't have to fear the Lord in them. Because everything's been so good lately. So that's why they carry on their wickedness. Because that's the atmosphere that Esau creates. He puts people in the comfort. And he puts them in the comfort to do wickedness. Not to do righteousness. To do wickedness and foolishness. Because he gets paid like that. And he keeps Yasharallah lost like that. Therefore, he can stand the rulership. Because when Yasharallah starts to fear the Lord, starts coming back to the Lord, doing what we're supposed to be doing, he's going to go down. So, just wait. Just wait. It's about to happen. Let's go get some scriptures. So I just want to do the aftermath for that. Oh, I might have another video. Let's play this one.
John Sparks reports from Kahramanmaraş, the epicenter of the earthquake, and a warning, this report does show images of people who have died.
The heart of this disaster lies at the end of the road in a mountain city called Kahramanmaraş. The fault line ruptured underneath their feet, forcing tens of thousands into plastic tents. But they have managed to survive the quakes and tremors when many of their neighbors have not. They call this area the Abra district. It's home to a series of apartment buildings, but 9 blocks have been ripped from their foundations. Their occupants buried in disorderly tombs. We saw volunteers clambering over the concrete, looking for signs of life. But the bodies of those who have lost their lives were visible between the cracks. When the volunteers find a mattress, when they find a bed, they know they're likely to find a body as well, because the earthquake struck at night and most people were asleep. And I think they found another body here. Further up, we heard a tortured cry from the man on the left. The volunteers had found the body of his 12-year-old daughter, wrapped in a blanket which had laid on her bed. She was carried down the slope by her uncle as he called out her name. Layla, he cried. Layla. Have you checked to see if she's alive or not? Do you know if she's alive? But the girl had passed away. We found her father, called Juma Aktop, and he wanted to say a few words. How do you feel now? I'm sure that you have been looking for her since the earthquake struck.
Evet, şu an nasıl ediyorum? Dünya yıkıldı ya. Öyle söyleyeyim.
Friends and relatives gathered near the rubble.
He said the world has collapsed on my head. Man, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is greatly to be feared, man. He just dumped tons and tons of concrete on people. And see, these Babylonians in LA, San Francisco, these big cities, man, they about to get the same thing, man. That's why we got brothers in California, man, you men of the Lord, they in this truth because they know what's about to happen. So let's get to the scriptures. So you still got Eve being proud, Jake out here still being a fool, and man, it's gonna come to an end. Man, this is Psalms 9 and 20. Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Salah. You hear that? It says, put them in fear, O Lord. King David said that, and that's what the Lord is doing right now. He's putting people in great fear. You can be anywhere in the world right now, and Esau could simulate an earthquake, and you get hit by a 7.0 just like that. Just like that. And you don't know when these devils going to want to, simulate an earthquake somewhere, uproot a region. You just don't know. So really, this is all the makings of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, putting the fear of him on the people. Because the people are now in, great comfort. Satanism is a big thing here in Babylon the Great. It's bigger than the truth. They do as thy will spirit. Jake don't know that's the spirit they in right now. That's not in this truth. It said that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Hey, these people now know, like, you know, this part of the dudes that had good money in Turkey, probably had their businesses going on, everything was going right, and then boom, earthquake hit. Like dude said, the whole world just fell on my head. You think his business matter? That his daughters, you know, sons, you know, you got fathers, mothers, all buried up under tons of concrete. Think that matters? No. Now reality about to kick in for them people. They not in a festive, live it up, kick it up spirit. And the Most High did that to the heathens. Imagine what he's going to do to these wicked Israelites over here in Babylon the Great. Imagine what he's going to do to the wicked, man. Esau, Edom, the rest of these heathen nations. Like, Yahushua is really just getting started. We ain't seen nothing yet. This is just the beginning of the sorrows, the lamentations and the woes that's about to go out. This is getting the beginning of that. Like, wait, like I say, wait till that hits Babylon the Great, that in San Andreas fault, that 10.0. Because what they say, save the best for last, that's going to be devastating right there. Then how you going to fight a war when you got to put a lot of your resources to dig people up out of concrete? Then you got World War III kick off. But I'm starting to think, like, if Babylon the Great got a heart machine to do that, you think the Eastern Edomites, Russia, you think they ain't got a weapon that can do that same thing? That's where the real scientists is at, them German scientists, the Europeans. Those are the smartest Edomites is at. So they might got one too. Like, you knock us, we're going to knock you with one too. So this is going to happen, man. It is going to happen. So let's go, you know, the precept, man. That's why you got to fear the Lord. This Psalms 33:8. Let all the earth fear the Lord. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. And you think people are doing that right now. You know, everybody watching that clip, man. Turkey, sorry, got center stage right now. Everybody's watching like godly, like people dumped under stories and stories of concrete, man. Like I looked at a little girl like, man, that's the grace and mercy. She even alive. When they pulled that little girl out there rubble, man, like, and then I watched one clip, dudes just crying. Like I could hear the screams of them trapped under the rubble. And that's another thing, Yahshua. Picture you trapped. You can't move. You trapped under tons and tons of concrete, and then you just gonna slowly die to death, like dehydrate, starve to death. Because they're not gonna be able to get all them people out in time. They're gonna be able to do that. That's a horrible way to go. That's a horrible way to go in darkness. You trapped pitch black and you can't move. You know, for all the people that's claustrophobic, like, whew, that's a horrible way. That's a torturous death right there. You know, ain't no telling what they did to get that type of judgment. You know, because everybody didn't get that. Some people was alive running around, and some people was collapsed under tons of concrete, rubble. And I'm telling what hit them. Debris fall on your head. And to be trapped like that, I'm just like imagining that, Yahshua. That's a horrible way to go. And you might be trapped in there for some days, just in total darkness, can't move. You see that little girl that's trapped under the rubble, can't move? Man, she was looking like relief, man, when she seen that light and they was digging her out. You picture that, you got 3 and 4 year olds under there. You got little babies that got judgment. The Lord don't care. He don't spare the young or the old when judgment hit. It's all about the mercy of him. So all the world, the earth, man, we've been telling people, man, that Yahushua about to bring it. Get right, get in this truth, so you can receive mercy and receive salvation. You don't want to get that terrible judgment of the Lord. You don't want that. You see, my brothers can attest to this too. My occupants out there with me on the highway and hedges, like people, especially Eves, you know, Jake. They the number one people who ignore us on the highway and hedges, man. And a lot of them, they so scared, they don't even come into the Lord, meet the Lord, and get right. Even though this truth is for you. This truth is for Yahshua. They that scared, they don't want to get into it. I done told about everybody in my family about this truth. Think they want to come in? Heck no. they still feel like I got to go get what Babylon got to offer. So that's another thing too, Yahshua. We got to get ready for these people to get their judgment. And like right now, Yahushua, he's hardening our hearts. That's why a lot of them that's not in this truth can't understand us that's in this truth. They look at us as cold, heartless, man. We just getting ready for all the mass judgment that's going to go out. Because we can't lose and be and crying. Because we already see it, man. We anticipators. We anticipating the mass judgment, man. Majority of my family about to get wiped out in judgment. And I know that. So I've already got to be at peace with that before it happens. So when it happens, I'll, have a little buffer to be ready. Like, it won't hit me as hard. And it's not going to say we just inhuman. We ain't going to feel nothing. We'll feel something, but we ain't going to just fall apart. Because we already anticipating them getting that judgment for their disobedience and coming to the Lord. Because my family, they scoff and mock me, man. They talk as if like everything gonna be okay. And I already know why they think that way. It's because of Esau. And for my family to think like that, that's how the majority of Babylonian Americans think like that. They think like that. They think they done went and got the situation. They think, they said the little situation, the 19 situation is lighting it up. So now they think they go back out there, dance and party and party like it's 1999. And shut up with that doom and gloom stuff, dude. That's not about to happen. We good. And we telling them, hey, man, destruction is coming. It is coming. So it's best to get prepared. And they're not getting prepared. They're not mentally prepared. They're not spiritually prepared. They don't know Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua. They don't know the names. They don't know the doctrine. So therefore, they can't believe. They don't have faith. They don't know the Lord. But they're going to know him the hard way. Through what? Through fear and terror. When he brings it, it's going to be all of a sudden. It's not going to be all of a sudden for us because we already anticipating it. We watching for it. But for them, it's going to come like, it's going to smack them when they least suspect it. And I noticed those are the ones who cry the hardest. I've been in situations where people thought everything was all peaches and cream. And then when the calamity came, I'm looking like, what did you expect? The stuff you was doing, you brought this on yourself. So that's going to be them, the people in the world. But see, for us in this truth, especially for brothers that do this truth, man, the prophets, the prophets are going to be good wherever they at. It's kind of like a declaration I'm making to, the new people, the people that's like not doing the work, but listening. Everybody's not set up to teach. This kind of like stay in the truth, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep the faith and stay locked in. Don't be like these people that don't got to care in the world for the Lord and they just going on carrying on like everything is all good. Because like at this point, you should feel something big's about to happen. You should feel it at this point. I mean, everything the Lord is showing you what he cooking. And he's cooking up straight disaster to this place because he has to bust it up. He has to break this place up in order to set it back right. He's going to destroy it and then we're going to build it back up. And see, that brings comfort knowing that. You got a lot of people in the world don't even know that. So when destruction hit, they're going to look like it's the end of the world for them, which it really is for them because they don't know what's coming after that. So I'm going to leave off with this. Leave off with some comfort for those of us in this truth. This is Psalms 34:7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivered them. Hear that? Starts off with a fear, man. People always ask, how you go out there every week? How you do lessons every day? See, that's the thing. We don't just do this to get views, to look cute on YouTube. No, man, we do this because we fear the Lord. We know destruction he's going to bring, and we want that mercy, and we want that protection. That's why we do this. See, the other camps, that's why they can do all that buffoonery, because they do it for likes and clout and stuff like that. That's why their camp looks like a gimmick. See, over here, this ain't no gimmick, man. This is organic. This is real because we really do fear the Lord. So we trying to do good works. We don't need all that extra rap, Hebrew Israelite rap, and Hebrew Israelite reality TV shows, and I'm going to say this stuff and cuss out Esau, make a big scene so I can get a lot of likes. Man, that's not over here, man. We doing this thing in all truth and sincerity. Because we know the destruction, man. We really do fear the Lord over here. Because we don't want that smoke he gonna bring. We know what Yahushua about to bring. I don't want to be trapped under tons and tons of concrete and can't move. Or I don't want to be, Esau been done locked me up. The little World War III troops, Russian troops or Moab troops, China. You got World War III, they about to invade America. I need protection for the pestilences the Esau spreading out. Like, you thought that was something they did that 19? Psh, that was light work, man. This devil got Ebola cooked up in the labs, man. Real devastating, type of pestilences. And then, like, you got the famine coming. Everybody ain't talking about it. This devil done took out about 100 food processing plants. A lot of people about to starve to death, man. That's a real bad judgment right there, to starve to death. Or be dehydrated. You ain't had nothing to drink in like 2 or 3 weeks. You got to think about those things, man. That stuff is coming to the planet Earth. Them people probably, they hungry right now. It's like a famine going on where that earthquake hitting Turkey. They in camps. You know what I'm saying? Esau come over there in them camps. Ain't no telling what he about to do. So it's about to get crazy. So I say, hey, like we just read in that precept, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him. So people that's in this truth, the hopeful elect, they're going to be okay, man. They're going to make it out of it. I'll never forget, too, the brothers in Tampa, Florida, when Florida had that bad hurricane. And everything was all tore up. The brother came out of his house, did a video, and his neighborhood was good. He thought it was hype. Him and the brothers that preached with him, their neighborhood was like untouched, man. It looked like didn't that much go on. Then you go outside, when he went outside his neighborhood, man, it was all tore up. So that was their precept. That, like, when that brother showed that was that precept right there came in my mind. Like, the Lord really did protect his men at that time. And I see that with the brothers in New York. They've been protected. I seen them with Oshawama and them when they had their freeze out in Houston. They was good. Other people, man, they wasn't true. They wasn't good like that. People died. People got judgment when they had their big freeze in Houston, Texas. I think, 2 years back or a couple years back. But the brothers was good. Brothers been good in New York. Brothers was good in Florida when the hurricane hit. So if you're in this truth, man, the Lord will protect his hopeful elect. And that's the best place you can be. And that's what we like there. We telling them the terror of the Lord, man, getting this truth so that you can have protection, man. We trying to save ourselves and save those that hear us. Coming to the house of David where there's protection at. That's basically the whole gist of what we doing, man. We build the nation by gathering the nation, using what? His word. Telling you to come in the house before destruction rains out. That storm comes. A bad storm is coming. And if you outside of this house, you're going to get caught up in it. And that's the whole gist of this ministry. Like he said, give them warning from me. No loosely paraphrasing. And that's what we do. And I'm saying the Lord about to bring it in a heavy, I'm talking about like never before seen on earth. Jacob's trouble is about to be huge. I can't even like put into words the magnitude of what he's been putting on my spirit, how Jacob's trouble is going to be. I'm telling you, it's going to be mass sorrow, mass destruction, everything, everywhere, all at once, at one time. To where, let me see, we're going to leave off with that. Because this is what's going to keep us together. Because if you don't have this, man, you not going to make it. Check it out. This is Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So that's a gift we got, to fear the Lord and come into this truth. Because everybody ain't got that. And he said, what? The wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our times. We're going to be stable during this destruction. Why? Because we have wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. As far as these 2/3, these Israelites who didn't come back, they don't. So you got to imagine how this is going to hit them in their nerves and their emotions, their feelings. They're going to be with such fear. A lot of these people are going to probably just have heart attacks because they're going to be in such great sorrow. You know, things is going to be seen upon the earth like apparitions. Man, people are going to be like, oh, they ain't going to be able to believe what they seeing. Us, we are going to be able to digest that because we've already been, you know, briefed on these things. So we see him, we like, okay, this is what the Lord said he was going to bring. And we'll readjust. You know, we might get hit with a little bit of fear, but we'll readjust because the precepts will run through our head. And we'll realize, like, okay, this is the Lord's making. This is what he's doing. And we'll know why. A lot of people going to be, why? We're going to be knowing, I know why the destruction is coming. You know, we're going to be looking for the chariots. You know, looking for that, what you call like a lifeboat, a life raft. Chariots to pick us up, man. We're going to call out the name of the Lord. We're going to be praying. People in the world ain't going to know to do that. And then, like you say, people ain't came into the truth. They're going to be hollering on Jesus. Ain't gonna be no deliverance in that name. No, you might get destroyed saying that name. So, I just want to put that out there. Like, for us to fear the Lord getting this truth, man, that truly is a gift. It's a treasure, like the scripture just said. Because that's it's gonna activate our faith, and that's what Yahweh Shah wants right there. That belief and that trust in Him. He gonna save those, especially when you got this word in you. You done ate the word. That's why I tell y'all, to read your word, man. You need to know the laws and commandments of Yahweh Shah. You need to know that. So therefore, when he delivers you, Lord willing, you're part of the hopeful elect, you'll know what to do in the new kingdom. Because you'll know the laws and commandments, and you'll know how things are supposed to go. Get this word in you that makes you valuable and believe on it. That's what you need to do with this spare time we got, this little bit of liberty we got. Little bit of liberty, should I say. Because it's very small, man. And the world tries to create so many distractions to keep you from reading the word and getting this truth in you. So you gotta fight for time. That's a fight in itself right there, fighting for time. You know? But fight, endure. Do that. Fight for this truth, man, for your crown. Because this is your salvation. This is your way out. This is your protection. Do it now before it's too late. And with that, I hope this has been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yasharala, Detail Baba Bob, Shalom.